Alright guys, so on a whim tonight I watched this movie called The River Wild with Meryl Streep, Kevin Bacon, and David Strathairn. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I've seen him in other stuff. Now, watching The River Wild, which is a thriller on rafts. Like, this is a thriller on the river. That's really cool. And I know what you're thinking. Is this Deliverance? No, it's not. There are moments where I'm like, oh, they're not being Deliverance, but they're kind of being deliberately trying to be like Deliverance, in a way. There's a couple moments where I was just like, don't do that, because you're gonna make the movie not feel like it's different. But The River Wild was one of those movies that it's like a thriller, and like it doesn't have a plot that's very, very different or unique. Besides the fact that they're on a river as hostages. But this honestly was really, really entertaining, and I actually enjoyed this one a lot. I really liked the opening of this movie. I liked how it started with this beautiful scene of Meryl Streep's character canoeing to the sunset. Where like it's a beautiful scene, and the score is incredible in this movie, and it surprised me how incredible it is. But then I saw it's Jerry Goldsmith, who does incredible work with scores, and he truly blows me away with most of the scores that I've heard him do. Now, I really want to speak about Meryl Streep. This performance, like, Meryl Streep is one of those actresses where I haven't seen everything she's done. I have barely seen most of what she's done. I've seen some of the big things she's done, but what I've seen her in, I haven't ever thought, oh, she's one of the best actresses ever, because everybody says that. But funny enough, watching this movie, she was really moving, I thought. And maybe she was phoning it in, but man, I thought that she was really good in this movie and really effective. Like, she really works very well, because she and her family are hostages to these other characters in the movie, where she has to manipulate the people who are keeping them as hostages, while keeping her family at bay, while trying to figure out a situation where she's the only one who can control this while rafting, because nobody else knows how to raft this giant river, this dangerous river where you could die. And I really like how her performance signified that. Like, it was just very, very well done, and I really think that this is an underrated performance of hers, because I really thought she was moving in this movie. And again, the plot is nothing in note, but I did find that even though I knew exactly what was going to happen by the end of the movie, I still was really, like, felt affected by it. Like, it was a really effective thriller. Kevin Bacon in this movie is awesome as well. Like, he's a really cool character, and I don't want to really talk about his character, but he's really great. And he's really effective, and he gives a performance that I was surprised too. Like, this is weird. This has got a very underrated set of performances in the movie, where I just didn't expect that. Like, I just expected it to be, oh, it's just average thriller. And I guess in terms of plot, yeah, it is. But in terms of their performances, like, they're really effective and really good, and I really liked them a lot. And I really liked that river run at the end, where, like, it gets to the climax, where they've got to go down this river where you could die and be killed in the rapids. Like, it really worked in a very effective way. And also it worked really well because I used to do this whenever I was a kid. Like, I used to go to North Carolina and do kayaking and rafting, and I really thought that this, just watching it on that note, was really cool and really scary, and it feels like that when you're actually rafting on a big river like this. So I really did enjoy that about this movie. So we got some great performances from this movie that's just kind of an average thriller, but it really worked for me. I really liked the performances. I thought it was thrilling, even though I knew what would happen towards the end, or throughout the movie. I know it was going to happen, obviously. It's just that type of plot. But despite that, this still has an incredible score and some great performances, and it is thrilling, even though you know it's going to happen. So I really enjoyed The River Wild. It was one of those movies that probably not a lot of people have heard of, but I'd seek it out if, like, you're a fan of these types of thrillers with good performances and a good score, because I really thought that the score and the performances were really great. So I really enjoyed this movie. I'm glad I watched it. Tell me down below what you think of this movie if you have seen it, and thank you guys so much for watching.